Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. What day is it, huh? Welcome to another Facebook Live. Today we're going to be working on the ornate garden again, and I wanted to share with you the winners from last evening's Facebook Live. We made these treat boxes for carrot cake donuts. Yes, they do exist. And we made these two treat boxes together. And the winners for the evening are Bev Bish and Deb Noss. So Bev and Deb, I will get in touch with you and you will get these fun treats to take with you and maybe share with somebody for Easter. So I wanted to get that out of the way quickly, and then we can go ahead and move on. Hi, Sarah Donner. Oh my goodness, I have Sarah Donner watching me. I haven't had to teach you anything since third grade, Sarah. So nice to see you again, and congratulations with your graduation and everything. That's so awesome. So sorry that things had to happen the way they are, but congratulations. All right, what we'd like to talk about today is the Ornate Garden Suite. And I've been doing projects all week using the Ornate Garden Suite. And our projects today, going along with our pattern, I make one 3D item and one card. We're going to be making this cute tall box using the paper and the dies, and it's large enough to hold the standard size of the fragrance mist from Bath and Body Works. Okay, so that's one thing we'll be making, and then we'll be making another thank you card using some more of the products. We'll be using the dies that have the nested frames this time. So let me go through all the items that are in this bundle. There's just so many amazing products in this bundle, in this suite. There's 2 bundles and then 4 additional products, and that is a total of 8 different products in this bundle. And the first thing I'd like to show you, and I've been using this a lot this week, this is the Ornate Thanks. And I love this set. It's a photopolymer set, and it has these nice bold thank yous, and then it has these little scripted sentiments that you can add to it. For example, today our card is going to say, "So grateful for all your help." And there's so many different combinations that you can make with this. I just love this set. It's so useful for so many different kinds of thank yous, because we have different kinds of ways we have to thank people during the year. So this was going to cover everything. So what goes with this is the border dies, and those are these here. And we're actually going to be using this border die today to decorate the box. Okay, and I did see on my workstation that the border dies are already in low inventory. So if these are something that you'd really love to have, you might want to think about buying those as quickly as possible. All right. Hi, Stacy. Nice to see you. And then we have our designer series paper. And I just have some small pieces cut here to give you an idea of the gorgeous flower prints that are available. Very vintage, kind of 70s. Reminds me of my decor in our family room when I was a kid. But it's very, very pretty. And then what's nice is on the back of them, many of them have a complementary pattern that has a little bit of gold foil in them. So this is a beautiful, beautiful pack. Of course, you get 12 by 12 sheets. You don't get these tiny sheets. And very, very nice. I've already ordered a few more of those because I've been going through them quickly. So Stampin' Up! Does not disappoint with their beautiful designer series paper. All right, then I'd like to show you the other Ornate style stamp set. This is the other bundle, okay? And this is more of a bundle for those of you that love to color using blends or Stampin' Right markers or using your ink and your sponges. This is really, really a nice set. And I'll pull in some things. Next week, I'm going to be using this set more and focusing on that, but I just wanted to show you an example of what I've colored. And by no means am I any kind of an artist, but this set really makes it pretty easy to make a beautiful card. And I will be showing you next week some of the tips and tricks that I've learned from doing that. And then I also made this little card box. Okay, and you have the cards inside. Okay, but I just love that with the gold foil and then the gold paper I used for the frame. But I will show you some tips and tricks next week with the ornate style. I haven't used this much this week, and that's why. We're going to focus on that next week, Tuesday and Thursday. All right, and here are the other two sets of dies. Okay, this one is the ornate layers dies. All of these are included. Okay, and we're going to be using the frame from these for our card, and very, very beautiful, very nice, very intricate. It's a great addition to your stamping supplies. Very nice. And then some embellishments they've included are these gilded gems, and I did use those, excuse my arms, I did use those on my box here. Very nice. Okay, flat top, a little faceted gold gem, very nice. And then there is a Ornate Garden combo pack of ribbon, and the ribbon included is the terracotta tile and the old olive. So very, very nice. Okay, and last of all is our embossing folder. Okay, this embossing folder is a floral embossing folder, really, really nice. And Stampin' Up's embossing folders are so nice and precise and crisp. You will just love this. And I will have a card next week using this embossing folder. So many projects to share. It's just really, really great. All right. Well, that is all the supplies that come in this fabulous suite. This is kind of special because Stampin' Up has released this suite to all our customers. Even though it really does not go live until our next annual catalog, which is in June. So this is kind of a special chance to get something early and get a head start on your crafting for the spring and the summer. All right, well, let's bring back in our tall box. All right, I made this using the, let's see if I can find them, the border dies. Okay, I use this border here to do a tone-on-tone little technique there on the lid, and then I use some of these small little die-cut flowers for on the little embellishment there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And of course, I use the fabulous Designer Series paper. Okay, I'm going to move that away. We are going to start with a piece of mint macaron cardstock cut at 10 inches by 8.5 inches. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. More to share of this ornate suite. Okay, now on the short side, which is the 8.5 side, I'm going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, on the short side, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Then I'm going to turn it on the long side, and I'm just going to score it at 2. All right, that is all the scoring for the box. Okay, I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and I'm going to crease on all those lines. Hope everybody's hanging in and doing okay in these challenging times. Anybody doing their own crafting? You can share and let me know what kind of crafting you're doing. Has anybody out there got the Ornate Garden Suite yet? All right, now before I get started, I want to remind you, if you comment on this Facebook Live or share it, you will get, I'm going to be giving away one of my fabulous tall boxes with the fragrance mist inside. So share away, comment away, let me know how you're doing. All right, now I have all those folds done. Now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut this skinny rectangle on the bottom right hand corner right off. Okay, so now we just have the thin rectangle and then it stops there, and we've cut off from the score line down. Okay, now the bottom ones here are going to be the bottom of your box. So we're going to cut these like flaps. Okay, and then every other one I like to cut a little bit off, wedge it a little bit. Hi, Deb. Hi, Jean. And that helps with, there we go. That helps with getting it in there and nice and clean when we fold it. All right, so there is our box. Believe it or not, we're finished with the box. Now, before we put it together, we're going to go ahead and adhere our side panels. And I chose this designer series paper to do this. And these designer series paper panels are cut at 1 3/4 by 7 3/4. Okay, and all this information, all the dimensions, and this video tutorial will be on my blog after I finish today. Hope everybody is doing okay. I kind of like these morning ones because I have a better connection. I think not as many people are on in the mornings. Oh, thank you, Deb. I love making boxes too. So it's one of my favorite things. I do love cards, but boxes are fun. I like the challenge of, you know, figuring out how to make them and everything. But yeah, I found that I can do my Facebook Lives a little better than I can in the evening. I think because many more people are on. Oh, thanks, Jean. I guess that's good. It's good because you're only seeing my hands. If you saw my hair, you might think twice about that. Yes, I know. That's what we feel frustrated a little bit because we can't see all our Stampin' friends. So that's what Dory and I decided. We're just going to keep on doing the Facebook Lives to let you know that we're thinking about you. And we are still crafting along. All right, so those are the panels. Isn't that just beautiful paper? I love it. Okay, now let's go ahead and put our box together. I'm going to turn it here, and I'm going to go ahead and put my tear and tape along that thin end. Oh, Jean, good for you. I know. I got started watching somebody, and then it was all over. I mean, once I got started with the boxes, I think of that all the time when I'm out looking at things and gifts. What could I make a box for? So it's really gone to my head for sure. All right, so I'm going to fold it over, and I'm just going to adhere that along there. And there we've got our boxes together. Now I'm going to turn it over, fold in my 2 wedged flaps first, and then the 1 flap over, grab my glue, and close that over and hold that just for a minute. See if I can get way down there with my bone folder. Okay, there is the box. Okay, and let me show you what we're going to put in there. It's a perfect size for this margarita cupcake fragrance mist. I mean, who wouldn't want to smell like a cupcake? I don't know. I certainly would. All right, so that fits right inside. Okay, all right, now we're going to make the lid. All right, for the lid, we are going to have a piece of the terracotta tile designer series paper. Okay, I love this color. I mean, I've always loved the coral, but this is a little deeper color, a little more regal color than the other Calypso coral. So I really like it. I've been using it a lot, and I think it's because it's one of the coordinating colors for this suite. But I really love it. It's a new color. All right, now this piece is cut at 6 1/16 by 6 1/16. And the reason I add that little 1/16 is because we are making a lid for the box, so we want it to be a little bigger, but not so big that it's going to slide up and down. So that 16th gives you enough of breathing room so that the lid will go down and it will stay on nice and tight. And then when we put this on here, you're just going to go ahead and you're going to score at 2 inches on every side. Okay, so you're just going to spin it 2, 2, 2, 2, and that little 1/16 of an inch is going to give that center section just a little extra so that it will slide nicely over your box. Okay, that's it for that. All right, so let's go ahead and fold. Yes, I know you will love it, Jean. It is worth every penny. It's beautiful, just so many options with it. We just love it. Dory and I are really having fun crafting with it. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead. I did all my creasing. Now I'm gonna go up, okay, on the right side, and I'm gonna wedge out this section here. See, this flap is just gonna go under the front panel, so I cut off a little bit more of it. Then I'm gonna turn again and do the same thing. Okay, wedge, and cut. All right, turn, get the idea? But because the flaps are so large and they're really don't need to be that large, they would just overlap and make a lot of paper underneath. So that's why I cut it off a little bit. And then this is the last one. Another wedge. And then one last cut. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Tombow and we're going to assemble the box lid. Okay, so here we go. A little bit of Tombow on those 4 flaps. Okay. All right. I'm going to put that behind and just hold that. Love the Tombow. Just needs a few seconds and it's stuck for good. Okay, I'm going to fold over the flap behind the panel and hold it. And then this one's the trickiest one. You got to kind of pull it in there. There we go. Now I added something to this. I thought, well, that's kind of a blank, plain lid. It works, goes on, comes off excellently. So what I wanted to do was go ahead and put some of the dies. These are from the border dies. Okay, and what I did is I just wrapped it around tone on the lid. Okay, now I was very careful with the glue because you just kind of want to glue it in where the big places are and not worry about getting all those tiny places. All right, so then I just laid it on here like that and wrapped it around both sides. Okay, like that. And then what I did is I just took the next one and where this one left, I went ahead and I started the other one. I'm not going to do this all for you because this is just gonna, there we go. But you can get the idea. And then what I did was I just slid this one in here. I can do it. Let's just go ahead and glue it. What do we say, girls? Oops. It's going to be too long, so you just got to decide how you want to. I'm going to go ahead and put that in like that. Then I'm going to fold it around, pinch that, and fold it around. Now I notice that that's just about to the end there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off right here. And then right here with these. So, but you'll have to decide where you'd like it to be cut off. And then I'm just going to wrap it to the back here, like that. You can always go back and put in a little more glue if you want to. but I just think it adds a little bit to the box because it was just plain old terracotta tile. You could add some of the beautiful gems as well. That would work as well. All right, so let's go ahead and put the lid on the box. There we go. And now we're ready to do our embellishing. Okay, all we need there is a circle and a corresponding scallop from the layering circle dies. Okay, and then as I had told you before, I cut out some of the adorable little flowers from that die cut set. It's the border dies. Okay, I used 4 of them, and I'm going to just configure them on this circle in like a group. So first what I did is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the white circle right on here. If I can pick it up, there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my glue dots. If I can find them. Glue dots. There they are. And I'm going to use glue dots to stick down all my flowers. They just seem to work the best. So I'm just going to put them in a little group of 4, staggering them a little bit. And the way I do this, I'm going to take the flower, stick it right to the glue dot, pick it off using my tool, and then just lay it down on there. Then I'm going to take the large one that's in the Rococo Rose. These 2 colors look so pretty together. It's Rococo Rose and terracotta tile. I really love that. So pretty. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that guy there. Okay, and now we got the small ones to add. Going to do the same. And these are just going to kind of lay behind the sentiment. I just thought it was a cute way to add a little bit of interest than just having a sentiment on the circle. And I've used these little flowers on a lot of my things, so I really like that. So that's all you do. You just kind of make a group of 4 flowers right on the circle like that. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of stamping. Only one thing to stamp on this project. And this says, "You are amazing." And this uses just one of the little script sentiments. So it's a nice small little sentiment. You're amazing. Be a great sentiment to put on somebody that's given you something or helped you during these times. Lots of people, I've been appreciating a lot of things they've been doing for me. So there it is. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a glue dot. I'm going to turn it over and put it directly on the back. This strip is cut at 1/2 inch. And I'm going to just kind of put it in the middle there, like that. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere my little bow. This is terracotta tile thread, beautiful, that I've gotten from the catalog, the mini catalog. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing as I did with my flowers. I'm going to stick the bow, the knot of the bow, right on my glue dot. And then put it down on the front of my... I love that sentiment. I love how that came out. All right, now we're in the home stretch. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on here. 2 dimensionals. And there you have it. Pretty easy. Isn't that beautiful? Yes, so really, really a fun box. I mean, you could put other things in the box, but I was just excited that I could get such a tall box out of just one piece of the cardstock. So please remember that if you share this and comment today, this could be yours. All right, so that is our box. That's our 3D project for today. Now our next project is a thank you card. Don't want you to forget, I do still make some cards. And this is the sample that I'm bringing to you. And when I got ready to prep for this, I actually had no paper left in this print. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. It's going to be basically the same, but I'm going to change it and have different paper. All right, so let's start our box. See, I'm still on box. Let's start our card. We're going to do it with old olive cardstock, just your basic size. I'm going to use my bone folder to get a nice crease on that. Okay, then this is the paper I'm going to use today. Isn't that so pretty with the daffodils, the daisies? I love this paper. So I thought, well, I'm going to use this paper, and then instead of using those little flowers, I'm going to put a little daisy on the front. So I cut this paper at 4 3/4 by 5 1/2. So this one's a little different. This one goes all the way to the end on the sides. That's just a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some glue on that. Okay. All right, so there's our card base ready to go. Now the other things we're going to need are, I'll put this over here. This is from the, oh dear, if I could get the names of these, I'd be dangerous. Okay, this is the set that I use, and it has all these different size frames. And the name of the set, hold on, Ornate Layers. This is Ornate Layers, the one that makes all the frames. And I chose this size frame. And within those ornate layers, they also give you a rectangle that's stitched that fits perfectly inside that frame. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. This is Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp on this. I'm going to use my new favorite color, the terracotta tile. Oops. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp on it, So Grateful. We have the bold message. Now what I usually do and I recommend is when you stamp this, stamp it a little high in the rectangle so you have space for your coordinating cursive stamp. I'm trying to be very, very careful here. It's a little tricky trying to stamp from a distance. I think I can do it. All right, there we go. All right, so there's my So Grateful. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my Memento ink to put in the other part of this message, and I'm going to use For All Your Help. Okay, and that's going to go wherever you like underneath. So you want to give yourself a little space in that rectangle so that you have room for your script at the bottom. All right, now let's bring back our card base. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to go ahead and put the frame on. There we go, with dimensionals. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on the card now with more dimensionals, of course. Okay, so let's put 3 of these along the bottom. And I'm going to get that in the middle as best I can. There we go. All right. I love that color. All right, let's bring in my little bow. I used from the ribbon combo of terracotta tile ribbon. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on at the side of the sentiment. And I'm going to use my glue dots again. Okay, I'm going to stick it on the glue dot. Use my tool. Come on, tool. Don't be a tool. Okay, there we go. And looks like I put it kind of sideways there. So you can kind of put it whatever way you like. Sideways is nice. You can also put it up on the top corner, whatever you feel, however you are moved to do. All right, last thing we're gonna do. Here I had these little flowers, but I'm gonna add a little daisy to this one. And to do that, I'm gonna bring in my medium daisy punch. This has come in handy. I have pulled it back out. This is in the annual catalog. There's a medium and a large daisy. These are great punches to have in the spring and summer months. So I'm gonna go ahead and punch out 3 of the daisies, just out of Whisper White. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna curl with my fingers the ends. Thank you, Barbara. I hope you're doing okay, getting some crafting in there with your family all together. All right, just taking my finger and giving him a little bit of a curve rather than just be flat. Just gives your card a little more dimension. And since we have so many dimensionals on it already, it's like required. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and glue these 3 layers together. Okay, we'll start with this one. I have it rounded or curved downward. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick up my next daisy and put it right on top. And I'm gonna stagger it so that the petals go in between. Okay, that gives it a lot more fullness. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put another dot of glue on there. And then this guy, we're going to put going up. That gives our flower a lot of fullness. And then the final thing I want to do is I'm going to take my 1/2 inch circle. I'm going to punch out. That looks a little too big. I think 1/2 might be too big. Let's see what else I have here. How about a 1/4 inch? Let's vote for 1/4. That's better. Okay, I'm going to use my 1/4 inch circle. And I punched out a little circle in the early espresso. And ta-da! There is a cute little daisy. See how cute that comes out? And if you look at it, it really has a lot of dimension to it. And you can floof it and bend it a little more. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dimensional on the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add him to my card. Right there. So there is my card. What do you think? I tried to follow along with the pattern on the card to make the card, so it made the card a little different from the last one. You could also make that daisy in like So Saffron if you want to bring in the color from the background there. But either way, it's just a beautiful card. So that is my tutorial for today. I will be drawing after the Facebook Live for someone to win my, what was the name of it? Margarita Cupcake Fragrance Spray. Come on, girls, you know you want to smell like a cupcake. All right, so I will draw for that as well. Next week, I will be doing a morning Facebook Live on Tuesday and Thursday, and we will be focusing in on the other bundle from this set, okay? The one that has the flower images, and I'm gonna give you some tips on how to do your coloring. But this is a lot of fun and not too hard. And if you have your blends, you are ready for action. So thank you for joining me today. And I hope everybody has a great weekend and a happy Easter. We're going to be celebrating our Easter a little different this year, but still means just as much as always. So take care, and we will see you Tuesday at 10 a.m. Thank you.